Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Classic. It's the best daytime live show on all streaming platforms, and I know what the people need. Classic. We here, chat. We here. Y'all ain't know I was coming in hot. What up? 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 Yeah, the chat is all here. Classic. Yeah. I spoke it into existence. I said the chat gonna be busting tonight. It's not my normal time frame, but the chat gonna be busting tonight. And here we are. Soul said, song of the year. Plug had it on at the shop. Yeah. He said you need that on all platforms. Oh, we gonna put it together. Classic. Come on, man. Big dog back on commanding the troops. Let's go, man. Let's go. Yeah, I'm classic with the classic codes. If it's your first time here, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Just stick around, man. Chat 333, the best chat on all streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? It's not even close. It's not even close. Tristan said, look how he start off with my number one track, big homie. Yeah. What up, my dog T? Miles Bachelor in the building, 333. What up, Miles? How you feeling, dog? Yeah, the gang's all here. Yeah. I'm glad you guys are here. I really am. I'm glad you guys are here. We got to talk, man. So we got a reaction video today. We got a code language conversation, a question of the day, and our TikTok reaction as well. So we got a full slate, y'all. And then later on, in about 2 hours or so, you're going to be getting the No Middleman panel from Souls of Thought, Conversations with Soft Rain, Uncle Plug, and Lady C. So make sure y'all tap in with that at about 8:15 or 8:30-ish Central Standard Time on any of those platforms that I just listed. All right, so you got to tap in. We got you for the rest of the night. Classic. That's just what it is. Cassia said, damn sure need that on Apple Music. Come on, man. No. These people robbing me, chat. They robbing me, chat.
Classic.
Chat. Y'all want to talk about this before we start the show? They robbing me, chat. Bro, when I drop, when I drop, I'm finna give y'all some real information. Let's do it. Before we get into our topics and everything, let's talk about this, chat. Because I get what y'all saying. I get it. Y'all want this shit on Apple Music. Y'all want it on Spotify. Y'all want it everywhere so y'all could just throw it in your playlist and jam. You don't want to have to go to SoundCloud for it. You know, I'm monopolizing y'all ears. Like, damn, if I go to SoundCloud, I'm going to just put his shit on shuffle. Well, that's kind of, that's the point. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, though, they robbing me, chat. When I dropped my very first album, I'm talking about my very first one. Bitch go in here, he know what it is. Class in Session, right? My very first, very, you're not gonna be able to find that. I got a couple hard copies probably at my parents' crib somewhere, but I don't even think I got the files for that shit. But my very first album, I'm trying to think how much I spent to press them up, the actual CDs. Yeah, I made $8,500 selling CDs out of my trunk in like 2 months on my first album.
Classic.
So I want y'all to $8,500. Remember that. And that's cash now. You know, allegedly. And I'm not going to say what year that was. You know, I reported it, of course, for the people listening. This is all alleged for content creation purposes anyway, right? I could be lying, chat. You know them people be watching. So look. I made $8,500 out of my trunk in 2 months. Out of my trunk selling hard copy CDs, right? Remember that, okay? Watch this. Watch this, chat. Hey, Shorty.
Hey, Classic. How's it going? What's on your mind today?
All is well, Shorty. Listen, my chat need to know something, right? I'm on live stream, so you talking to the people, okay, Shorty? So look, how many streams do I have to get as an artist on Spotify to profit myself $8,500 American dollars? How many streams do I need?
Got you, Classic. So Spotify, the payout per stream can vary, but it usually ranges from about 0.003 to 0.05 per stream. If you average it out to around 0.04 per stream, then to make $8,500, you'd need roughly about 2.125 million streams. Of course, it can fluctuate, but that should give you a solid estimate.
Okay, damn near 2.2 million streams. Okay, thank you, Shorty, for the information. So check it out. To make $8,500 selling my physical CDs out my trunk at $10 per CD, how many CDs do I have to sell?
All right, if you're selling each CD for $10, then to make $8,500, you just divide 8,500 by $10. That means you'd need to sell 850 CDs. So definitely a bit more tangible and a lot more manageable than millions of streams.
Classic.
Thank you, Shorty. So what I'm saying is, these people robbing me, chat. I know y'all want the music, you know what I'm saying, available in a convenient way, but they robbing my intellectual property. Y'all haven't even heard my album. Skoda heard my album. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the bread for artists is really in shows. Shout out to Soft Rain in the chat 333. Shout out to Joe Jet in the chat 333. What up? What up? I'm talking about the business side. Like, I get it as consumer, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need that. I need it in my playlist. I need it on shuffle. I need, you know what I'm saying? I need access. They stealing from me though, man. 0.00035, and that's just one platform. Apple Music pay less. Tidal pay the best, got the least subs out of the three. You see what I'm saying? And the people eating is just the ones at the top. They just chomping off big pieces of the food, folks. So what y'all, you know what I'm saying? Now, Souls made a suggestion. He said release the albums quarterly for us to buy. I thought about that. We're gonna have to, you know, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really put something together the way it makes sense. I've been watching Lil Russell. He talk about how he got his shit set up, but it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. Business wise, it ain't this shit. Not the math, not mathing. You know what I'm saying? On them streams. Now the show money, the physical, the hard sales went away. Don't nobody play CDs no more. They're not even putting CD players in y'all cars no more. So they cut the whole hustle legs off. You feel me, chat? So you got to imagine what artists go through. You feel me? Like, Big Sko, tell them, Big Sko, my security in here in the chat. Big Sko, tell them, and take your real name off, fam. Get an alias on this mug too. But look, bro, how my merch table used to look, Sko. Well, not even used to. I mean, I do a show today. It's going to be the same shit. But how the merch table be looking, Sko? We had posters, CDs, flyers, all for sale. T-shirts, you shit. At one point, hats. What you need? We getting it. Look, it. Yeah, we really independent with the shit. Moving real units, bro. When when the physical CD went away, or they took away shit on the side hustle money. They took 5 figures out of my pocket, minimum.
Classic.
Off rip. So you got to understand this music shit, this entertainment shit, it hit different, G. I could imagine how movie theaters feel with the way the streaming services is getting the movies all fast and shit, and you could watch it at home at the same time it come out. You could just buy it at the crib and just watch it at the crib. Like, I can imagine how movie theaters feel. They feel like their legs getting cut off. They trying to find ways to innovate. Let's make the seats move. Let's make the, you know what I'm saying? They trying to figure out how to get y'all to come. You feel me? Come on. So, you know, I don't know. We gonna figure it out though for sure. I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging. That's a fact.
Classic.
But let's get into the show, chat. Everybody that's here right now, exit out of the chat, hit the like button, come right back. Please. It don't cost nothing. It don't cost nothing.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Unless you driving. If you driving, don't hurt yourself. But come on right back. So look, we got to talk about it, y'all. We getting right into it. We going over to Cam Newton Funky Fridays. All right, Cam Newton Funky Fridays. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Jasmine. Jasmine Brown, his lovely lady. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to everything they got going on. Shout out to them babies they making. Shout out to the family they building. Shout out to Cam Newton. Shout out to Funky Fridays. Y'all know I like to react to his content. Cam has a great podcast. You know what I mean? And he has a great podcast. And so we come here to react every now and again and eat off the content, you know, as everybody on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, working together in that way. So shout out to him. And but this conversation, I gotta see his explanation for this. I gotta see how this goes. I saw a piece of a snippet of this and I cut it off immediately. I said, I gotta go authentic. I gotta go full authentic reaction for the chat on this one. My man said he wanted to know his woman's list, like not her body count. He wanted to know the who, not just how many, who, the names. Who do I know? Him, who. He wanted to know the list. So we gonna go through this together. You know what I'm saying? And don't get quiet on me now. I hope I'm on late enough for y'all to have made it home to be interactive on this one, man. Y'all chat 333. We got. Hey, look, already before we even hit play.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Let's get it.
In the open.
Let me tell you something. The lady, the woman, the queen that I'm with right now, day one, fight. We set everything out from the jump. I already knew where it was going because I already knew like she had my undivided attention, especially the space that I was in. And she was speaking my language. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And she thought I was playing when I asked this question. And I don't know if a lot of dudes can really compartmentalize, but there's some dudes that can really be like, bro, I'm with you. I wanted to know her list.
Of who she fucked?
I want to know.
Addresses?
I needed to know. I have to.
Oh my God.
And I'm going to tell you why, though.
I get it, though, because that is, I'll let you finish, but I think I get it.
I want to know.
Shout out
because
to P.
before
What up?
I sit up here and really keep moving and elevating our relationship, I want to know who got one up on me.
Mm.
And if I'm willing to take on that burden, because why I want to know, if you had any type of relationship, intimacy, experiences with people that I really know, I need to know that. I'm owed that. Because if you don't give me that, you got me, hey y'all, this my girl. And you got somebody over there in that corner like, that nigga don't know.
I got so much to say. Pros and cons. Knowing the who could tell you exactly what you need to do. It could let you know off rip if you need to make a swift exit, no matter how much you like that woman. Knowing the who could tell you what you need to do. But pros and cons. Knowing the who could let you know, okay, this isn't as bad as what I'm used to. Amen.
I'm only gonna do this once.
And then you find that out, and so it gives you some calm, and you want to proceed. It's risky, right? Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. If you want those answers, ask those questions. And then, are you gonna get the truth anyway? And if you get the truth, how much of it are you gonna get? There's nuance. Let's talk about it,
I'm
chat.
only gonna do this once.
There's motherfucker give you a little some of the truth. That's gonna get it. We're gonna talk about that in the question of the day. But yeah, so pros and cons. And Cam kind of prefaced it appropriately when he was like, I know some men probably can't get with what I'm about to say, and some dudes probably totally understand because yeah. Because I'll tell you this, pros and cons. Because if I know some of her old work, like I know who some of her old work is, I may don't know him personally, but I know who he is, and I know my perception of him on some man-to-man shit. I might don't want to go behind that. I don't want to run in there behind. I don't want to. It's some dudes y'all don't want to run in there behind. Amen, chat.
Classic.
You don't want to. That's your old work. I can't even. You know what I mean? That's what you was doing. I mean, I know you probably grown as a person and shit, but that's what you was doing. I don't know, chat. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It might shit for real. Why? What you saw in him? No hating shit. Is that dirty macking? I mean, you already got her at that point. Is that dirty macking? I don't know, man. Men, we know how to assess each other. We know how to assess each other. We know how to form hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? And some finding out some of her old work is a goofball or a dirty dick devil, allegedly for content creation purposes. You find that out, you You may don't want to slide in there. It might be
I'm
dangerous.
only gonna do this once.
You know, pros and cons, chat. Let's open up the conversation. Yeah, Joe Jet said, find one that doesn't belong. Hey, let's get to these chats. Shout out to my dog Perry. Joe Jet laughing said, Cam Zesty, you funny boy. He said the game has one up on you, Cam. Damn. Joe Jet said, find one that doesn't belong to the game. Hey, hold on. First, but look, time out. Jasmine cool as hell. Met Jasmine a couple times. She cool. She good people. You know what I'm saying? He got a good woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from what I can tell, from what I can see, from the lens I have, I think he got him a decent woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna give my 2 cents. I'm gonna let the chat speak. Chat, y'all do y'all thing. But my 2 cents. Perry said not everything need to be said out loud. Facts. Big Skull said facts. Joe Jet said she's gonna pick some boogers. We even picked them too. Yeah. But some boogers are unacceptable. If she's not traditional, she's out here acting a fool. Damn. How rare is traditional?
Classic.
How rare is it? Let's go.
What's up, my boy? You good? She bad, ain't she? Yeah, that's mine. Baby, you want some juice? You want some punch?
But you're a special man because a lot of niggas, they're too insecure to actually really hear that shit.
That has
you're
nothing
a special man.
That has nothing to do with insecurity. But this is where I want women to understand. If she had been with somebody that was close to me, I would have had to respectfully, I'm not there yet. I can't.
Not that grown yet.
I can't carry that weight yet.
Right.
You cool, you're beautiful, but baby, that's my teammate.
Right.
Baby, we see each other too much. We in the same rooms. And even though he a good dude, my ego is gonna be, yeah. And that's the man's superpower, if given the right way. See, that's the thing. People always say, oh, he's narcissist because he got an ego. No. Baby, a man's ego can make a relationship.
Yes.
Or break a relationship.
You are absolutely correct.
So that thing that makes me great, that protection, that bravado, when I walk around with my chest high and I know my woman is next to me and I know that she's giving me the respect to say, hey, baby, I'm coming to you pure. I've been with this person, this person. That's cool. Now, if I'm willing to accept that situation, then I can say, cool, bro, you did that, you had that, but do it when I'm with her. Everything that happened prior to me, I have no jurisdiction over. I can't judge that.
He on his own. On God, he on his own like the meat fell off the neck bone.
Classic.
Hey, is he crazy? Nah. I care. Hey, no. I ain't got no jurisdiction, but I got an assessment for sure. Like I said, knowing that list could let you know how to go, how to move, what should be next. Knowing that, I don't know about all that. Hey, every man got his own policy, so I ain't here to tell y'all brothers what y'all policy should be. I just tell you stay simp free. But shit, that whole like everything before me is before me. Nah, y'all on y'all own with that shit.
Classic.
I ain't gonna lie to you, cause my whole story count. So your whole story count too. My whole story count. If anything changed about any of my story, I'm not who I am. My whole story count. So if my whole story counts, your whole story count too. Ain't no. But we all got our own policy. Miles Bachelor said cocaine cam. Allegedly. You crazy. Joe just said traditional is rare and them act traditional and fool guy. Wait, what? Traditional is rare. And them act traditional and fool guys. Oh, okay, yeah, they act traditional and fool guys. Some have a past and become traditional, so it's tough, but you have to understand her mindset to figure that out. Okay. Joe Jet said, ultimately, she has to follow your lead. The Aisha Curry acting, she has a past and become. Wait, what? The Aisha Curry acting, she has a past and become unsatisfied by comparing. Facts. Yeah, I comparison is the thief of joy, but it's one of them things where it's like, What if everybody she named, the ones that you do know, you cut above? What that do for your ego, right? Like, is it one of them things where like every time she compare, she should be coming back feeling like she upgraded? What that, you know what I mean? I just wanted to bring a nuance to that. Mal said, right, know what you can live with, type shit, or don't ask. If the skeletons are in the closet and there's plenty of space and the door is closed and it's shut and it's locked, you know what I mean? You know, what you checking on them? Don't go check on the skeletons. You know what I mean? Don't ask. Tristan L, that's called the chameleon. This is why I always say it's important to get what? To get what, Tristan? That's called a chameleon. This is why I say it's always important to get. I'll let them finish. But yeah, let's see what else they talking about.
While I'm with you, that's when it counts. But prior to, there can be some people that it's just too heavy to bear. Right. And I think women need to understand that. Well, y'all out here just hanging out. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? You don't hit my friend. Why you can't take me?
I get that. My issue is that a lot of men say that they can handle it, or like they're okay. I've never had to give anybody my fucking list ever in my life. That is crazy, but maybe it'll happen someday.
But that happened.
I won't feel bad sharing it though. No, I don't have a problem doing it. But
that happened. When I say hour 18, that happened early, because we met during COVID, so it was a lot of nose to nose, knee to knee conversations and just vibes, because boom, it was like, yo, like, what's up? Like, you really had to put it together during that time, because you couldn't go to the movies, you couldn't fly places, you had to really enjoy each other's company. And bro, by that time, people who were already in relationships really wasn't spending that type of time with each other. So when we were talking, we was enjoying it. I was like, yo, like, I like where we at. What's that list?
What's that list looking like though? 18 hours in is hilarious.
No, for sure.
But I love it. I love it though.
But we locked in.
I don't know, chat. Y'all asking that? Y'all asking for the who? Y'all asking for the who's who, chat? Talk to me, chat. Y'all asking for the who's who? Mal said, right. Know what you can live with. Tristan said it's called a chameleon. Oh, he said no. Oh, that's why it's important to vet. Got you. For sure. But yeah, are y'all asking for the list? Y'all asking for the who's who? If she got some celebs on there, y'all falling back. What we doing? What we doing? I'm not asking that shit. My ignorance is bliss. I'm not asking that shit. Yeah, Tristan said I'm not doing all that. I'm with you, T. I ain't asking that shit. Soul said I would. Yup. I know, Souls. I know. So what Uncle Plug say? You gonna be the protagonist or the antagonist? Classic. He said I would. Joe Jet said nah. But if she brings it up, then maybe I'll talk to her about it. I don't wanna know if you I was at ease. Don't come here talking about you want the bad news or the bad news. Vibe killer. Mal said, nah. What you once you hear a name you don't like. Yeah, what if you hear a name that you don't like? I think that's what he meant to say. So the thought said, I would want to know if I can actually deal with it. I got you, Miles. I got you. He said, what if? Yeah, what if you hear a name you don't like? Yeah, I'm gone. That's why I said pros and cons. Knowing the list might give you some relief. This isn't necessarily a bad conversation to have if you in front of one of them rare ones. We're gonna talk about that too. But that's not a bad conversation to have if you're in front of one of them rare ones. So I don't know, man. Interesting. Very interesting. Shout out to Cam Newton and Funky Fridays, man. He said, I wanted to know her list, run that list. And he said he asked about it early, too. Big Sco said, I asked before we got together and when we was first start talking. Like I said, pros and cons. Marcus Jones, what up, man? I ain't seen you in the chat in a minute, man. How you feeling, dog? I always see you in the comments, though. The list as in names is crazy. I feel you. At both ends of the spectrum, it takes either high-level confidence or insecurity to deal with the truth. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? One end of the spectrum or the other to be able to deal with it. Marcus said 333, my dog. 333. Mal said, then you might have to reciprocate. Give your list. No. A gentleman never tells.
Classic.
No. No. I ain't gonna. No. No. Nah. Motherfucker don't want my list. My list will make a woman insecure. On Chief.
Classic.
I'm gonna leave that right there. Yeah. You don't want my list. You don't want my list. You're gonna feel like you don't belong here. On God. Hey.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Bless all you sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
For blessing me. Amen. You know what I'm saying? Short list, though. Short list. Quality over quantity. Amen. But yeah, let's move off that, man. He said he wanted to know the list. Shout out to Cam Newton and Funky Fridays. Make sure y'all tap in with them and subscribe. Joe Jet said, I'm good because I don't want her to coach me on how some other dude did something. That's nasty work. Yeah, that's nasty work. Because once you know the list, now when she do certain shit, yeah, pros and cons, man. That's tough. He said, no, I ain't doing all that. Yeah, nah. I can't get with it. I can't get with it. I'm with you, Sco. I ain't doing all that. But yeah, man. All right, so now we're talking about men have to prove themselves. All right, so we sliding over to TikTok real quick, and we got a couple different videos that we're gonna cross-reference today. So we're doing something a little bit different. We're gonna do some cross-referencing. All right. I'm gonna first go over the It's Given podcast, but I'm going from TikTok. All right, and this is Sarah Fontenot. She had wiped her makeup off, so y'all can see her bare face because everybody was saying like, you know, she wore all that makeup and stuff like that, and people trying to see what's really to it. You know, this the woman that got all the relationship takes and POVs, yet she is a unmarried woman who desires to be married. Some call it single by choice. The real ones call it bullshit.
Classic.
Yeah. So yeah, but let's see what she got to say about whether or not men have to prove themselves versus women. All right, let's go.
Why do women have to prove their value, but men just have to show up?
I think it's the opposite. I think men have to prove their value, and a woman just has to show up.
It
I think
depends
if
on who you asking.
No, I think if you're pretty, you could get access to the parties, to the invite only, to the private yachts, to the billionaires club, just because they want to have you in the room. Now, we know what they want you in the room for, but if you're smart, you don't go for it. You work the room so that they invite you directly after. Whereas men got to earn the money, have the job, get the accolades, do the achievement in order to even almost have access to some of the things that she gets.
Mhm.
So I actually feel like beautiful women get much more opportunities than men do.
Mhm.
What y'all think?
It just depends on who you're asking.
Personally, I don't know the answer. I just feel like for me personally, I think that as a woman, I get more opportunities than a man because I think that men want me to be in the space, but they don't expect me to come with the character or the work ethic that I come with. And that's what keeps me in the room.
How you know what men expect of you? Just asking. How would she know what men expect of her? How do you know you weren't invited because you're smart? How do you know these men find you attractive? I mean, Sarah Fontenot, all right looking. It's preference though. You know what I'm saying? Like if I guarantee you, bro. Like, and this is not to objectify Sarah, but it's to make my point. Is like if you got me and 9 of my homeboy, if you got me, Souls, Plug, Tez, Jay Zilla, Joe Jet, if you got all us in one room and it's a woman that we looking at, all of us gonna give her a different rating on a 1 to 10. You know what I'm saying? So how you even know that you being objectified and invited for your looks? You may be invited because of your articulation. Women get business done a little bit easier and quicker for obvious reasons than men do in some cases. That's why it's important to have, like, if you got a gorgeous woman that you can send to go speak on your behalf, man, she can get past certain barriers. You know, like Sarah's saying, she can get past certain barriers a little smoother. It's not that a man can't, hey, I'm here on behalf of woo and speak professionally and still finesse, but with a woman's touch, and I would even dare to say, even if she's not super beautiful, just well put together, well kept, and mannerable, and feminine, It's the feminine energy. It's not necessarily because you could listen, it could be a chick that thinks she's so bad, but the bouncer at the club don't think she fine. And she walk up with her privilege and he humbles her. You know, we see it. So I don't know. I think it's a dirty assumption. You know what I'm saying? But in regards to her point, men having to prove themselves, no. Simps feel the need to prove themselves. Let's let her finish though.
What I look like might get me to the room, maybe if I know somebody, but what I'm built by or built of is what keeps me in the room.
Why do women have to prove their value, but men just have?
So what she's built of keeps her in the room. Interesting. I'm trying to see which comment is the most recent one. Tristan said most women who agree with having a hoe phase, they have a long list. I'm not asking too many questions because I don't have to. Less is better. Yeah. Joe, that's wisdom. Joe Jet said, I know the voice, but I've never seen this human before. Yeah, that's Sarah. Said makeup changed her. That's that much. Ah, you saying she looked totally different to you? She still looked like her to me. Go, you got to check out this episode, man. Go tap in with the episode. She actually like wipes her face off. Like, you know what I'm saying? She starts the episode with all the makeup on and then she wipes her face clean and shit. It looked like she take care of her skin fairly well. She don't look like nutrient deficient in the face like some chicks that wear makeup on the regular. They wipe that makeup off and their skin be looking gray and shit. Joe Jet said men earn their value, so women have to prove theirs. I'm with you, Joe. But this the thing. Men have been manipulated. We can't listen. The propaganda doing a number. It's doing a number allegedly, all for content creation purposes and entertainment. The propaganda doing a number. Men have been manipulated. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of men who do feel like they need to prove some shit. You do. That's why you have women. Shout out to Soft Rain. I haven't seen her in the chat being active, but I'm sure she's listening. But she always be talking about, you know, once a woman feels safe. And she's not the only woman that be on the panels that we have that say that. But once I feel safe, I can be submissive. Once I feel safe, I could be fully in my femininity. Once I feel so, that means that there's a barrier to entry to access your femininity and your submission, which means he would have to prove some shit. Men ain't trying to prove nothing. They're just being. They don't have to prove, like intentionally prove shit. They just are. A simp would feel the need to prove because he's moving at the beat of the woman's drum. You see what I'm saying? Miles Batchelor said, pretty women aren't rare, but pretty with quality, with extra qualities you don't see every day. That's a fact, though. Yeah, pretty with a brain, pretty with a sense of humor, pretty with some modesty. You know, instead of being entitlement, they go the other way. They're very modest and I don't want to say humble. I'm anti-humble, but modest, you know. I would say I'm a modest person. I just be chilling. Yeah. I could go perform in Madison Square Garden tomorrow and I'll be on stream. I can go perform in Madison Square Garden tonight and I'll come back on stream tomorrow. What up, chat? Like I'm chilling, fo. I'm just me, fo. I ain't doing too much extra. It is what it is. If you think I'm glowing, then shit, I'm glowing. If you don't, then I guess I'm not to you. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't worried about it when I woke up. Joe Jet said young men have to prove themselves to older men, the gatekeepers of the young women of the family. Women will pick wrong. That's the point of the Garden of Eden story. Joe Jet cooking. Uh-oh, he writing that book, y'all. Soft Rain done told you now, Joe, get this money. Classic. Tristan said, right, they've implemented this societal expectations, but the reality is men are not required to do that biblically. Yeah. No, you don't have to prove shit. Somebody, listen, you going to show up, see how I'm rocking, and decide to believe in me or don't. You know, and if you don't, if you find some pause or some hesitation when it comes to lowering your guards or, you know, opening the fortress up, you know what I'm saying, to your heart and all this other shit and your vulnerability and your femininity and your submissiveness, then by all means, do not proceed. Do not enter. You know what I mean? If you got pause, if you not sure, then by all means, we're taking volunteers, not victims. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah, I don't know about that. Men, but I understand her perspective though. Like I do get it. Like there is a lot of simps in high places. There are a lot of people who don't have, a lot of men who don't have intimacy discipline. I'm trying not to use certain words, right? SEX discipline, right? There's a lot of men who don't have that type of discipline. And so they're led of their hormones a lot of times. And so, yes, if a pretty lady shows up asking for something, they'll oblige much quicker than, you know, trying to hear out some guy who says he has an opportunity or a business idea or something like that. There's plenty of those that exist. And so because of that, you know, a new sucker is born every day. So because of that, there's always going to be this war between the men and the mice. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But shout out to Sarah Fontenot and the It's Given podcast. I want to cross-reference this, right? While we still on this topic, men have to prove themselves. I'm going to slide back to TikTok and we're going to slide over to tonight's conversation. We're going to slide to tonight's conversation and we're going to listen to Trip Fontaine. And Trip is actually going to speak on, he's going to be speaking more so in a giving advice type of disposition on this topic, right? Men having to prove themselves. So listen to a man's take on, you know, speaking to another man. You know what I'm saying?
If you on your square, if that's the qualifier, if you're on your square, don't be out here begging no woman to see your value, dog. Now, I'm not talking about debating with women and beating women up for not deeming you or whatever, you feel me? I mean, genuinely, G. If a woman not going for what you, and you know you prove your worth every time, like you really step about who you say you are, bro, don't beg no woman to see your value. Whether it's sexual, whether it's emotional, whether it's spiritual, like Trill saying, like I know I'm valuable. It's a lot of women who validate that. And shorty, if you don't see the value in what I bring to the table, I'm not about to sit here and argue with you. They waiting for me over there. and
I think you should go get them.
And no, literally, rather than try to make her what I want, right, I'm gonna go see what they talking about.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Hey,
if you on,
no lies were told. Hey, no lies were told. He said either she's cooperating or you're going to get cooked. Yup. That's it. That's it. That's all. Hey, Joe said it plainly. Either she's cooperating or you're going to get cooked. Yup. Tristan said facts is if she don't see your value, she's not a wife. Yeah. I mean, not yours. She may be a wife to somebody else, not you. I think men have to stop dealing with women that don't like them. I was talking to a young bull at the job, man, and I was telling him, I said, at your age, you still a shooter. You a shooter. You shooting threes. You shooting from 30 feet out. You will slide over there. You see what you like, and you will go over there and try to make it like you. You know what I'm saying? Because you want it. Your hormones going. You young. You full of energy. You see it. You trying to put some notches on your belt. All that. Right? You a shooter. You shooting from 35, pulling. I said, by the time you about 27, 28, 27 to 30, 26 to 30, somewhere in there, you're going to start shooting free throws, gang. You're going to start shooting free throws. I'm talking about, this is an analogy for dealing with women. Instead of shooting all them long-ass threes, right, which would be the equivalent of going over there, cold approaching a woman who may not have even given you no eye contact or any choosing signals and just trying to shoot and trying to see if she can, you know, give you her number or whatever. Cold, flat out cold approaching, trying to test your riz, as they say these days, right? That's a deep three, right? You get to a certain age, man, you start shooting free throws, right? Now I do need a choosing signal first. Matter of fact, 2. Look at me twice and play with your hair twice so I know it wasn't an accident. And the first time I'm going to look over my shoulder to make sure you ain't looking at somebody behind me, right? Not me, but in general, right? And then second time, it's like, all right, it's real. Then you make a decision. Shit, you going over there to J down or you ain't, because she didn't let you know it's perfectly fine for you to do so. You know, that would be shooting a free throw. But then you get to a certain age, if you still single, man, you only shooting layups. 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 That's what I told the show. Man, look, man, I'm only shooting layups, gang. She got to want me. Bad. She don't want me bad, I'm cool. I'm cool. Bad. Bad. How can I make your day better? Can I help you with something? Okay, well, shit, you busy? I'm gonna go over here and whoopty wop, whoopty whoop. You feel me? And let me know when you done, cause I want, you know, yeah.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Yeah, that's layups. Them layups. I'm talking about something that's sweating you. You know the chicks that still got them old school blinders that they don't sell no more. Them bitches sold out. You got to get them. You got to get them used. The old school blinders. Remember the loyal and faithful women, the old school traditional loyal faithful women. Because the old school women cheated too, but I'm talking about the old school loyal traditional faithful ones though, because those existed more in abundance at an earlier time in our history, right? These blinders where they only they don't see other men like that. They just don't. They just only see they guy. I don't know which zodiac sign that fall under or which females, you know, are more inclined to be like that. But it's like they imprint on they dude. They obsessed about they man. Genuinely too. It's not a trend. They not doing it to look cool, talking about my man. No, they really about dude. Like what, you know, the way Dreka held Kevin Gates down when they was coming up. Obviously bad example in today's time if they get in a divorce, but I'm talking about the good days, the ascension of them. You know what I'm saying? She was all about what he had going on, and because of that, you know, he was able to focus on the art. She focused on everything else, the logistics, and they propelled and built an amazing empire. And so because of that, they still, even in their divorce, they family probably got some great stability and shit like that. And that's a beautiful thing for Black folks to have. And maybe they'll come back together. I'm rooting for Kevin and Dreka always. Classic. You know, and I only use their names as an example because I'm speaking positive. But yeah, man, yeah, you shouldn't be the proving yourself shit. That's not a thing. That's proving yourself is for women that don't like you. Like she doesn't like you. You her third, fourth, fifth option type shit, or I'll deal with you right now type shit. So she gonna put you through the ringer, give you the runaround, make you go through all type of prerequisite shit that ain't required of a man that she like. That's just what it is. Hey. Yeah, Joe Jet said bullseye. Big Sco said bullseye. Miles Bachelor said high percentage shots only. Yep. Joe Jet said maybe a tourist, maybe, but yeah, talking about they got that magnetic love. I'm talking about I done met some females. I actually met a dude like that. Shout out to my dog, Mississippi. I ain't gonna say his name. Shout out to my dog Mississippi, one of my old co-workers. He was an old head. To me at the time, he was an old head. You know what I'm saying? Had the salt and pepper beard, salt and pepper fade. You know what I'm saying? It's cool player. You know what I'm saying? Southern country dude. And we had talked, man. We had talked at the job and stuff like that. And I just remember every single time he brought up his wife, he'd light up like a light bulb. I never seen no man like that. Never seen no man like that. Never. No man like every time. If his wife came up for any reason, he would light up. Light the fuck. I'm talking about we'll be talking. I'll be like, yeah, man. I'll be like, you doing that overtime? You know what I'm saying? Ooh, you doing that overtime this week? Oh, no, man. I got to spend some time with my wife, man. I got to go home to my wife, man. Yeah, dog. Yeah, because I miss her. I say, damn, dog, why you get so happy when you... Man, I love my wife, man. And look, they have been together mad long, too. And he would light up I never met a man like that. That's why when mother would be like, oh, if it ain't no such thing as a satisfied woman, it ain't no such thing as a satisfied man. No, I've met them. But I never seen nobody like him. Like he loved the shit out of his wife and she loved the hell out of him. But you know what it was though? Like this was when I was in corporate. You know what I'm saying? And as you move up, y'all know, like if you're in a corporate environment, as you move up, you start to get more and more of your own space. So at this point, at the level I was at, I was in a cubicle, a big ass cubicle, but we shared it. So it was like a two-man cubicle, but that shit was like big as hell. You know what I'm saying? So we'd turn around and like just chop it up on some one-on-one shit. He was my cube mate. So we'd chop it up on some one-on-one shit, man. Every time he brought his wife, he brought up his wife. But when you get to know him, man, he like, yeah, you know, he come home every night to some fresh home-cooked food. He said the house always, and his wife worked. She worked. He come home to a fresh home cooked food. You know what I'm saying? He said she run him a hot shower. You know, she get home a little bit before him. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that and all of that. So like, you know, when that's the routine, like you coming home to a clean house, warm meal, and a hot shower. You know what I'm saying? She fresh out the shower already. She got right before you got there, and she's smelling good. You know what I'm saying? And dripping water in the kitchen. I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's no wonder he had that glow. I'm like, I said, man, you get fresh cooked meals every day? He said, yeah, man, that's why you see me eating leftovers every day for lunch. It's the meal from the day before. I get a warm meal every day. I said, every day? He said, every day, man. He said, don't you eat every day?
Classic.
That's how he laughed. He said, don't you? And he literally slapped. You know how people be like, that's a knee slap. He literally slapped his knee when he laughed. He said, don't you eat every day? I said, damn, G. I said, man. He said, yeah. He said, man, dog. And he get to pull it on his belt line, hiking his pants up. I love my wife, dog. I said, shit, man. I said, damn. I said, where they selling that at? He said, hey, that boy said, he said, whoa, what about Capricorn? Soft Rain said Capricorn. She must be one. Perry Dante said 100. Yeah. He said, I was thinking maybe Capricorns, perhaps. I don't hear nothing about them, so they must be out the way doing it right. I don't know what sign it is. We can crack the code. But listen, whatever woman you talking to, she gonna tell you it's her sign. She gonna tell you it's her. She gonna tell you that whatever. That's what I learned. Whatever woman that you talking to, they're the exception to any and all rules. Whichever one you talking to at the moment, they don't do that, or they actually, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Big Sco said, yeah, us Capricorns are about our money and our peace. Well, Capricorn men and Capricorn women probably different though too, in subtle ways. Miles Baxter said women seem to have love/hate for Leos. No idea why. Oh, we done dipped straight off into astrology, huh, chat? Y'all with the sun, moon, and the stars and shit.
I'm only gonna do this once.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, fellas, just digressing back down to the topic though. Don't be out here proving yourself, bro. Build yourself up to be the best version of yourself. Try to live out get you some good prime years in where your physique is right, your bread is right, your mind is right, your spirit is right. Try to get you some good prime years in, and that's gonna land you a solid piece of woman. You know, a solid, peaceful woman. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, if you play your cards right. But that's all I can tell you. Don't be out here proving yourself. If you proving yourself, you playing from behind. You starting the game down 10. You're gonna be chasing her forever. I'm telling you. Just because you like what it looked like. Because that's why dudes get out here doing that goofy shit. It's the same reason why women be goofy for dudes. They like how the person look. It be aesthetics. They think a motherfucker fine. So they just be a whole goofy. Because they think that motherfucker fine. Like, gee, once you get past that, like, all right, maybe y'all done already dated a little bit. You done already did all that. All right, bro. Like, that shit bad for you. Go ahead. You chasing her. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Don't do that. And then same thing for the females. The females who feel like, oh, you know, I'm the prize. He got to come get me. Don't make him run too fast. Make that nigga jog after you. You make him sprint after you. He doing himself a disservice. And you probably, if he catch you, you probably got a goofy that done caught up to you. If he sprinted to catch you, you probably got a goofy that done caught up to you. I get it. You want him to chase a little bit and let you, you know what I mean, come get you. I get it, but don't run from him. Do a power walk or some shit. Make sure you're obtainable. There is a such thing as too hard to get. You feel me? So yeah, for sure. That's just my POV.
Classic.
But yeah, man. That's it on the men have to prove themselves topic. All right, let's get into the question of the day. Question of the day: how much information is too much, and when do you realize you've overshared? Let's talk about it, chat. We got a lot of wise people in the chat. I know this one gonna go crazy. Miles Baxter said women seem to have love-hate with Leos. Miles said truth have you thinking you're less than. Yeah. It's not, yeah. You don't want to feel like you can never do enough now. No, yeah, I'm with you, Miles. Don't and then yeah. You gotta, hey, listen. The man's ego needs to be massaged. The ladies are quiet in the chat today, but I know they're present. The man's ego needs a massage. You know what I'm saying? It's a delicate thing. And all men don't have a very good relationship with their ego. Some men, they wrestle with their ego a little bit. Me and my ego, we cool. Me and my ego, cool. I know my ego very well. I understand what it need. I understand what it don't like, and I understand what to feed it. I do. Me and my ego, we cool. Because I'll let you know you fucking with my ego. I tell you, yeah, my ego can't go for this. I'm finna have to poke my chest out and show my teeth a little bit. You fucking with my ego. I don't believe in death of the ego. I believe men should maintain their ego, their testosterone levels, their machismo, and their proclivity for violence. I believe men should be men, allegedly, all for content creation purposes and entertainment. I believe that men should be men. How you a protector? It ain't a malicious bone in your body. When it's time to really have to physically protect some shit, and you ain't got a malicious bone in your body, you ain't threw a hard punch at the air in years, but you gonna step up and protect some shit. And then a YN will tell you, oh, that's why I got to switch on the glick. What if you ain't got it with you? What if you can't up it? What you know? I'm just saying. Lisa said cancers are nurturing and loyal signs. Shout out to the cancers.
Classic.
They say them cancers is emotional roller coasters. That's what they say to cancers. Joe Jett said if that information can get you jammed up or hurt your feelings, keep it to yourself. How do you know how much information is too much information, and when do you realize that you've overshared? Joe Jett said, if that information can get you jammed up or hurt your feelings, keep it to yourself. It's a good start. That's a good start. I'm with you on that. Fundamentals, you know, getting the triple threat, fundamentals. That's a good start. Let's go, Joe. I know you got some nuance for me on that. Yeah, he said if that info could get you jammed up or hurt your feelings, keep it to yourself. Now, what you mean, or hurt your feelings? If the information could get you jammed up, I know, keep it to yourself. But if it can hurt your own feelings, what you mean? Perry Dante said, definitely need my shit massage. Yeah, you got to have an ego massage. Us men need our egos massage. He said, yeah. Hey, P, I'm with you, dog. Tell her, no, don't make me ask you, do I look good now? Let me know. Yeah. We got the, hey, fellas. Form a relationship with your ego. Form a relationship with it. The death of the ego is for that. That's they trying to suppress your manhood. You're supposed to have an ego, fam. There's supposed to be a reason for you to buck up. Like all of this utopian, everybody's peaceful, and that shit's not life, fam. We lions, we tigers, we bears. You know what I'm saying? We wolves. We are no different. This shit primal. You better have some raw in you. You know what I'm saying? You better. Big Sco said, I'm protecting everyone around me. Hey, I never felt safer. Shout out to my security, Big Sco. That's the big dude that be behind me in the pictures I'll be posting on Instagram on stage with the ski mask on. That's him. Yeah. I never felt safer. I'd take a nap in the airport, got Big Sco with me. Fuck you time about. It was 20 dudes trying to run down on me. Big Sco stood by my side. Sure did. That was the day I knew. I said, ain't nobody else gonna protect me but me and she a Big Sco.
Classic.
Yep. Because he could have told me, he could have made a million excuses why he couldn't get over there. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna talk about it. Big Sco said, cancers are damn sure very emotional. Judge said, if someone repeats what you said, then stand on it or don't speak it. If the info is told to others, you can't you can't get hurt, except anything told to be spread. Expect anything told to be spread. Yeah, facts. That's facts, for sure. If someone repeats what you said, then stand on it or don't speak it. If the info is told to others, you can't get hurt. Expect anything told to be spread. Miles Baxter said, answering questions slowly keeps me from oversharing. Think before you speak. Oh, hey, that's them grays. What you say, Miles? It's the grays. Big Sco said 100. Yup, my dog. Take a nap at a concert on the floor. Won't get touched. Tristan said, I actually think that oversharing has some benefits, meaning it can allow people to expose themselves by double talking, aka chameleon talk. I'm a firm believer in let them talk. That's why we started the Queen's Code. Let's let them talk. They want to talk. Let's let them. Let them talk. Let them finish. Let them land. Motherfucker be done walked around the block and ran into itself.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Yeah, let her talk. Let them talk. Let them finish. Some people want dirt on you for leverage. Come on, man. Some people are mostly damn near almost everybody.
Classic.
Motherfucker call like they checking up on you to get to mind your business. They'll call like they checking up on you to mind your business. Oh, how you been? What you been on? What you been up to? Hey, where you work at now? Damn, nigga.
Classic.
What's all that, bro? Ask me if I'm healthy and is my family healthy, bro? Your mama and them straight? Yeah. You good? Yeah. How your knee doing? Heard you got hurt. My knee straight. Appreciate it. Anything past that, nigga, you finna start doing too much. There's a difference between secrecy and privacy. It's some shit that just simply ain't your business.
Classic.
It don't even listen, it don't even have to be a big deal. It don't even have to be a big deal. It just ain't your business. If you bump into somebody that you ain't seen in a long time, is you gonna ask them, can I look through your phone right quick? No, you not. So don't listen. So don't ask questions that are overly penetrating. No dick.
I'm only gonna do this once.
You see what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Y'all don't ever feel like that? Am I tweaking, chat? Am I glitching? Joe just said, use your words like chess pieces. You can sacrifice some information that others you'll better not tell anyone. Yeah. Tristan said, I'm telling you, classic. Women love to talk. I'm a great listener because I gotta hear the BS you talking about. Oh, they're gonna tell you too. You just let them finish. They're not even used to being let finish. Let them finish.
Classic.
Go ahead. We see if it makes sense at the end. Yeah. But yeah, I think too much information is anything that you wouldn't post on social media. Right? I'm a firm believer of that because before social media, your business, when this is what social media is. Social media is a public visual picture of how your motherfucking business been traveling, but just without the internet. It used to be, go back to the 80s. It used to be motherfuckers talking on the house phone to their homegirl. The homegirl get off the phone with the other homegirl. Whoever she get on the phone with a little later on or next, right? She end up telling them what they talked about. And that shit probably include last person's business, right? They end up understanding that. Boom, they talk to whoever they talking to next. They recapping shit and talking about shit and using other motherfuckers' stories and business for examples of shit. Vents, typically, central air. Vents go to every room. All that I told y'all better talk to God. I told y'all. Yup. Vents go to hey. Don't do too much. You can't even tell just like partners. Like dudes be talking to their homeboys. Why y'all do that? Me and my homeboys don't talk about no females. Not for real. We don't talk about no females. Man, we ain't talking about each other's love lives and shit. Oh, my girl tripping. Man, get off my phone, boy. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I don't care how your woman is or isn't behaving at all. I don't care. It has nothing to do with anything that has to do with anything that has to do with why we on the phone, why we homeboys, or why we rock with each other. I don't want to hear that. And I'm not finna tell you anything I got going on. That shit weird. That's weird. And I've always been like that my whole life. In 8th grade, I wasn't talking to niggas about my girl in 8th grade. Hey. Yeah, man, she's starting an argument with me, bro. For real? What did she say? Man, hell no. Y'all crazy as hell.
Classic.
Yeah, that just never was in my. That ain't my shit. That ain't my shit. And then look, if you gotta seek counsel, the times where you do need to seek counsel, you gotta be vague with the shit. Yeah, cause listen, whoever you seeking counsel from, you might need some advice, but you gotta be vague. Cause if you get too specific, you just armed them. You armed them. They're armed with your motherfucking business or whatever. However they want to manipulate that or finesse that or use that against you in a court of public opinion or worse. Tristan said, facts, bro. I'm not saying shit. And I don't need to know your business with your girl either. Facts. Yeah, what the fuck? What we doing? What are we doing?
Classic.
Shit. Hey, listen, if we run out of shit to talk about, let's talk about some motherfucking money. If we run out of shit to talk about, let's talk about some money. Listen, the conversation go quiet. Shit, you bought any new stocks?
I'm only gonna do this once.
Come on. Let's talk about some money then. Shit, I'm not finna be sitting there talking to you about my bro. I ain't finna be talking to you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna be, hey, look, yeah, and I'm not, listen, what y'all look like? What y'all look like getting on the phone talking about, yeah, bro, man, I need to talk to you, bro. What's up? My girl, man. Man, if you don't get off my motherfucking phone,
Classic.
If you don't get off my phone, dog, hey, hell no. Hey, call me a bad friend, chat. I'm a bad friend. Fuck that. Yeah, man, get your ass off my phone. Hey, if you're gonna spill your info, just present the question by asking for a friend. Right. Type shit.
Classic.
Hey, P, Hey, P, come on, dog. Hey, P, tap in with me, see how I'm doing. I tap in with P, see how I'll never be like, man, you and your girl straight. Man, what the fuck?
Classic.
Hey, go on, folks. Hell no. It ain't none of your friends' business. Come on, man. What the fuck is you talking about, chat? Stop playing with me, man. No, G, we not doing that. That's why you gotta get nigga. Motherfucker try to come in for the hug and you lock him. You lock the arm. You get a nigga to dap. He try to come in for a whole hug. You lock that arm. Yeah, right here. Right here's fine. What's wrong with you? Stop. Yeah, too much. It's a lot. Tristan said, I witnessed an interaction with a dude asking my dad about how his relationship is going. My dad literally asked him, what the fuck is his problem? Yeah, your pop's a real one. Wait, hey, bro, is you cool? Perry said, I don't even ask my dad how my mama doing. Right, yeah, come on,
Classic.
Yeah, what? Hey, Marcus said, then people get to asking even more questions based off what you're oversharing too. Yeah. Oh, you to open the door. Shit, I'm in here now. Yeah, I might as well go ahead and pry. What's going on in this bitch? Yeah. Yeah, no, sir. Joe just said, Tristan, I'm dying. Yeah, come on, man. We not doing that, chat. Hell no. Don't play yourself. No, man. But yeah, we off this question of the day, man. Hell yeah. Let me know if y'all watch this on the rewatch, what y'all think. All right. Let's move into this code language conversation. I want to leave a little space to breathe before the no middleman panel start, and I got to skate. So, man, we're gonna leave a little space to breathe before no middleman start. So the code language for the day is rare form. Rare form, all right? Like we always do with the code language conversation. We're gonna tap into the overview, and then we'll go from there. So rare form typically refers to performing or existing in a way that is unusual, extreme, or exceptionally good or bad, as seen in phrases like in rare form. It can also refer to a specific uncommon type of something, such as a rare form of cancer or a rare form of art. The meaning depends on the context, but generally implies to something infrequent or exceptional. All right. So rare form. This kind of ties in with when I tell people that everybody deserves to see a prime, right? Everybody owes it to themselves to see a prime, right? A window of time. And I'll define this. I'll make a classic definition for this. But everybody deserves a window of time in where they are operating inside of excellence on multiple fronts. Spiritually, they intact. Physically, they feel extremely good about where they at. Their body is all the way together, and not only to themselves, but amongst the public. They are perceived as they see themselves. You know what I'm saying? Physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, they're lined up. Everybody deserves a window of time. It could be a long window. It could be a 10-year window. It could be a 5-year. You should be able to look back when you old as, when I'm talking about when you old as shit, Lord willing. When you super old, you should be able to look back and be like, shit, I ain't gonna lie to you, from motherfucking 2013 to 2032, couldn't nobody do shit with, right? You wanna, but it take work to get to that, right? So rare form, I think, comes spontaneously when you have put in the hours to be great at something. I'm gonna tell you, P, if P's still in here, he could attest to this. I can attest to this as an artist. Anybody who's an artist of some kind, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak from that lens because that's something that, you know, I can speak to clearly. But if you've put in thousands of hours at something, there's these times where you get, it's almost like in a flow state. You get in a flow state and you create something that is, for whatever reason, like you dope. You done put in the hours, you put in the time, everything you touch damn near is already dope. But for some reason, this one song or this one verse or this one mix and blend is so much crazier than anything else. And all the other shit dope. But this shit was like, this, on this one, God took over. You know what I'm saying? Like moments like that, that's when you in rare form.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying? Rare form. Yeah, he said, yeah, Perry said truth. Yeah, like even you will look back at it and be impressed like it ain't you. Like, damn, this mug cold. But you like, oh, wait, that's me. Like, wait, so the angels came down and ordered my steps. That wasn't me, folks. But it was you though. You know what I'm saying? Rare form. But I think you only have moments like those, you know, and I think rare form is fleeting. By definition, it has to be, right? Because it's something that's infrequent. But I think you can only touch those moments of time where you're in rare form if you're actually already putting in the work to be great. Like you can't touch rare form from mediocrity. You can't skip over good, great, excellent. You know what I'm saying? And just go from being, okay, you only play basketball once a week for 2 hours, right? But then Steph Curry pull up to the gym and you challenge him to a 3-point contest and you beat Steph the best 3 out of 5. It's not going to happen. Oh, today I'm in rare form. I'm going to lock in and beat Steph. No. His reps and all the work that he's put in, if anybody out of the two of y'all is going to hit 30 straight, 40 straight, 50 straight without missing, it's going to be the one who already put in the work to become excellent. So now he can have moments where he just click the fuck out and go off into another world with the shit. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to be you because you amped up for the moment and you finna try to tap into the source. So like, no, G, you going to be shooting bricks soon as them calf muscles get tired.
Classic.
So like rare form is called rare for a reason, right? So Tristan said, I agree. I think investing in valuable products can stimulate creativity. And when God intervenes, you're on autopilot. Yup. Big Sco said facts. Yeah, like you just, but it's something, excuse me. It's something that, like I said, most people won't even be able to ever experience or tap into because you can't skip steps. You got to get out of mediocrity first, get to good, then go from mediocre to good, go to great, right? It's like go from your white belt to your black belt, go from great to excellent, right? And then you go from excellent to master. Once you become you know what I'm saying? Then you a master. When you're a master of that craft, now you can have inexplicable experiences every here and there. You know what I'm saying? Where just like, I don't even know how I did that. You know, rare form, you know, but yeah, that's the code language, man. Rare form. Make sure you tap in and really lock in on your discipline and whatever it is you're trying to do, establish clear direction so that you can have these moments that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And even when you see somebody else having a moment in front of you, you got to realize it too. Like I done seen some concerts where I seen an artist just go to a different place, you know what I'm saying, on stage. And I'm like, damn, like I'm witnessing this motherfucker is in rare form. Like right now we experiencing some one, this only gonna happen. Motherfucker only gonna do this once. You know what I'm saying?
Do this once.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Shout out to Tez in the chat, 333. What up? Jay Zilla in the chat, 333. What up, gang? What up?
Classic.
Everybody that's here, make sure you exit out of the chat, hit the like button, and come on back, man. Make sure y'all tap the like button, no charge. Perry said it take a different person to keep pushing themselves to be great and still think it's not good enough. Yeah, it's obsession. Greatness is built off obsession. If you're not obsessed, you probably won't. Somebody gonna beat you. because they're going to be obsessed. They're going to get a whole life to the shit. They're going to get a whole life to the shit. You're going to get part of your life to the shit. They're going to get everything to the shit. And when y'all come up against each other, if it's you or them, it's going to end up being them if you ain't invested like they invested. You got to really lean into what it is you talking about, you serious about. Because somebody that's dead fucking serious to get you every time. We talking today, y'all.
Classic.
We talking today. Rare form is a rhythm. I like that. I like that. He said it's a rhythm to it. As men, it's the inception of order and uninterrupted focus. You got to stay locked in even when your discipline is tested. That's a fact. The better you could do that, the more rare is you gonna be. You turn into a 2%. You go from a 15% man to a 10% man to a 5% man to a 2% man. And when I say percent, I'm talking about when you list your qualities and you weed out the population as people don't meet, you fall into the lowest percentage of man, right? So this height, this many people get weeded out. This BMI, right? Your health, your weight, your fat percentage is down. This many people weeded out. You know what I'm saying? You make this much money on top of that, these things as well. This many people weeded out. You know what I'm saying? And as you become can do 20 pull-ups straight and squat double your body weight. This many people weeded out. You get what I'm saying? And then you start putting yourself into a rare space of like, it's not a you start realizing shit. It's not that amongst average men, it's not a lot of me's around this motherfucker. You can, and people don't even realize, like, I want to use the word easy, that it is to make yourself a top 10 or 5% guy. I want to say the word easy. It's not that hard. When you start looking into it, like they say, and I don't know if it's true, but I've heard the average man can't do 10 push-ups. When I heard it, I pushed back. I said 50. Motherfucker said 10. I said 25. Motherfucker said no, 10. I said the average man, you telling me all these men, most men can't do 10 straight push-ups in a row clean? Motherfucker said yes. Man, I ain't gonna tell y'all what happened when I put that shit to the test. I put it like this. I'll give you a summary. The first dude I asked, could he do 10 push-ups? Brother told me I can't do a push-up because my stomach is in the way. We stopped right there.
Classic.
Said y'all might be on to something. Y'all might be on to something. Yeah, the tears down said you need to be obsessed with winning just as long as it doesn't turn into mania. Shit, it's gonna turn into mania sometimes. It just got to be short-lived. It's gonna happen, G. Devoting everything to some shit, and it listen, we all know if you started from scratch with some shit, devoting everything to it, it don't pay for a long time, and then it start paying. But up until that point, nigga, you're gonna have some moments of mania. I definitely had some boys in the hood moments, punching the air like Cuba Gooding Jr., raging. When this shit gonna take off? Mad as hell, punching the air. I was never the type to punch walls and doors and shit, because, you know, you punch that stud, you're going to regret it. If you punch that drywall and hit that stud, you're going to regret it. Amen?
Classic.
So that never was me. You know what I'm saying? Jay Zilla said, rare form is this life's heaven. Facts. Media, I like that. Make sure y'all go get Jay Zilla book. Go to my post on my YouTube. The link to his book is on there. Make sure y'all tap in. Mediocre effort is maybe hell. Agreeable. Perry Dante said it is easy. You just can't be no hoe. Facts. Come on, P. P cooking today. Hey, P cooking today. Showed up today. He said, nah, today. P normally say a little something and tap in and laugh and woo woo. Today he talking today.
Today I got time, cuz.
Yeah. We caught him at the right moment. Joe just said 80 to 90% of men in America can't bench 225. Yep. You see what I'm saying? And I can go get that off my chest for sure. 2 1/4, we getting that. We getting that off. 2 1/4, we getting that off. We was just shit. Yeah. We pushing that off. We doing, yeah. Yeah, I gotta survive. Miles Bachelor said, not funny, but funny as Miles said 10 pull-ups is very hard. 10 pull-ups is hard. For anybody, man or woman. 10 pull-ups is hard. I could do 10 pull-ups, but I understand what it took for me to be able to do 10 pull-ups. 10 pull-ups is hard. I know it's a lot of calisthenics junkies on the East Coast and in different parts of the country, and they heavy on that shit, and they like 10 pull-ups is hard. I'm understanding the human body. I'm understanding society. I'm understanding the typical diet around here. I'm factoring all those things in. That for the average person, male or female, 10 pull-ups is difficult. 10 clean ass, wide grip. I'm talking about where you really hitting. I'm talking about overhand, wide. Not here, not these, and even these, but not these. Not hammer grip. I'm talking about these right here. Yeah. Survive hanging off that ledge. Yeah, these right here. Save your own life. Come on. Save your own life. These. Yeah, if you can't 10 of those clean, it's hard. I could do a few more than 10, especially for some money. If somebody has some money for a pull-up contest, I'm gonna try to take it there. You know what I'm saying? Yup. But no, y'all ain't lying. Tristan said, shout out P333. Yup. P said dead. Yup. Yeah, it's not that hard to make yourself in the top percentage of men. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some things you can't control. Like if you short or whatever, that is what it is. But you still could be in the top percentages of men, money, financially, physical fitness wise, nutrition and life expectancy wise. It's a lot of things you could do to position yourself and make yourself considered to be rare. Because mediocrity is the many. You know what I mean? Mediocrity is like that shit is abundant. Miles Bachelor said, been stuck at 8 all year. Right, wide grip, military. Yeah, for sure. You say you've been stuck at 8. Get some bands, Miles. You got bands? Get the pull-up resistance bands. Get you some pull-up bands. Them gonna aid you in your pull-ups. It's gonna take some of your body weight off so you could work past your plateau. And then just decrease the band assistance. So get a set of bands, like $25. Get you a set of bands and then just work from the heaviest, the one that give you the most help, and then work all the way down to the one that's damn near not giving you no help. And that'll push you past your plateau. Yeah, you know, we gonna get it figured out. I'm glad you expressed that, so I can give you that tidbit of advice.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
No, for sure. But yeah, man, rare form. That's the code language for the day. All right, y'all, we gonna wrap it up. I gotta skate. I gotta bust a move. I'm already way behind. Y'all know what it is with me, but I just wanted to tap in with y'all and make sure y'all got a show today. So that it is what it is. I did my part. The No Middleman panel is gonna be taking it from here, man. They got a great show lined up this evening, probably 8:30 Central Standard Time. They'll be bringing a great show live streaming from Souls of Thought, soul spelled like the soles of your shoe, conversations with Soft Rain, Rain spelled like Rain Supreme, Uncle Plug TV, Plug spelled with 2 G's, and Lady C doesn't have a channel, but Lady C will be present as well, I believe, on tonight's panel. So make sure y'all tap in and tap in. Let me see the chat going crazy. I got y'all chat. I ain't gonna leave y'all like that. Miles Bachelor said, bet. Yes, sir. Lisa said, make sure y'all stretching before y'all doing all these pull-ups and push-ups. Facts. Look at that woman trying to nurture us, chat. Make sure you men stretch. Classic. She trying to nurture us, chat. She in her femininity, y'all. Tez. No, I was just playing. Tristan said, all respect, 100, all for sure. Souls of Thought said static holds too. Yeah. And dead hangs. Static holds and dead hangs. Yep. Amanda, what's going on? Got to experience that. Woo! Amanda, you was at the concert. Hey, she said, got to experience that rare form when you came on that on at the Vic. That was unforgettable. 100. Here for the streams too now for sure. What up, Amanda? Thank you so much. I'm glad. Hey, and thank you for the footage too, Amanda. The reason why I was able to get those angles of my show in my vlog, because she actually followed me on Instagram. I said my Instagram when I was on stage, and she followed me and sent me, and I asked her for the footage. She sent it to me and everything. Shout out to Amanda. I appreciate you tapping in with me. Welcome to the chat. Everybody 333 for Amanda, man. Everybody drop them threes for Amanda. Welcome her to chat 333. She said fire. For sure. Appreciate you. Souls of Thought said was getting the show ready, but great show. Thanks, Souls. I know you was getting ready. I know why you weren't typing. I already know. They don't know the work that go into putting these streams together, but I do. I already know what you was doing. Don't trip. That's why I ain't say nothing. But yeah, shout out to Amanda one more time. I just want to embrace the love I'm getting right fast. She said unforgettable. Hey, y'all were a great crowd. I'm talking about we had the place jumping. When I saw the video, I'm like, dang, they lit. We had it lit up in there. We had a time together. We experienced each other for sure. Hey, the Vic was lit. I ain't gonna lie. Gots to do it again. Look who's supporting. Hey, look at Souls. Look at Souls. See, Souls gonna make his point every chance he get. Big Sco. What's the Middleman podcast? How I find it. So here go. Look, Sco. Go to Souls of Thought. His channel right here. Souls of Thought. Just go subscribe to his channel and subscribe to Uncle Plug TV. Plug spelled with 2 G's. They live stream just like me. It's on YouTube. Big Sco said, "Yeah, what's the no middleman? Yeah, it's starting like an hour or a little less." Amanda said, "Shout out to everybody here. We appreciate you." Big Sco said 333. Mal said 333. Souls of Thought 333. Soft Rain 333. He up with the snow. Yeah, Souls a fool, boy. He gonna make his point.
Classic.
I can't do it, y'all. Hey, but all right, man. If y'all don't do nothing else, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you know every time I go live. You know it's almost every day with me is up. We got premieres dropping all week. We got the No Middleman panel coming. The link right here for the No Middleman in the chat for anybody that's looking for it, so y'all can subscribe and tap in. That's starting ASAP. But I got to make a move. Hey, if y'all don't do nothing else for me, make sure y'all stick to the codes. We got another class.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold.